Hello guys, welcome back to Neil and Nate's Drama Cafe. So this is where I discuss like my take on different dramas, movies, series that I have seen and give my personal opinion that you guys didn't ask for. So today I'm going to be talking about the Michael Jackson movie. I actually saw it in the theater. So I'm going to give you guys my take on it. All right, so guys, I am now going to give my 2 cents on the Michael movie. My 2 cents that y'all didn't ask for, so I'm gonna give it anyway. Anyway, I saw the Michael movie actually this past week, and I took my son to go see it. I was actually reluctant to go see it, if I'm being honest, because I was more biased to the Jacksons and American Dream, with Jason Weaver and Angela Bassett. I that's the one that I remember that I like. So I'm like in my mind, I'm thinking like there's nothing can beat that. That was the perfect, rendition on Michael's like life or whatever. But considering the fact that like it's called the Jackson American Dream, it was kind of you saw the whole family with the brothers specifically for the most part in that. So and this one is about Michael for the most part. But my son wanted to see it, so I had to go. I had to take him, and I mean, deep down, I wanted to go see it too. So that's neither here nor there. So I went to go see it. We saw it, and I'm just gonna first say that I'm glad I saw it because I really liked it. I'm not gonna lie, I really liked it. So considering that, like in the '90s, I'm an '80s baby, '90s kid. So in the '90s, the Jacksons and American Dream is the one that I grew up on. For this generation, like my son's generation, who's 10, I think this is the perfect like introduction or like behind the scenes of Michael Jackson's life, like for them, you know what I mean? For them to actually like catch on to it. So we had that and now they have this one. So I think that it worked out and I think that the story was told pretty well. And part of like the reason I was a little bit hesitant to go see it too is because they had that like the celebrity screening, and then like I heard that they had like some type of screening that was like for the public, but it wasn't released like everywhere in theaters. So there was mixed reviews coming out of that, but that could be, of course, too, because there was like that everybody always trying to hate on Michael Jackson in any shape or form. You know what I mean? They ain't letting that man rest. So that could be the case too. My sister actually saw it as well, with the opening week, and she didn't like it that too much, to be honest. So I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. Like I'm just, everybody try to play Mike. Shoot, do y'all remember the Michael Jackson? I don't, some of y'all might remember when Flex did the Michael Jackson and he had that powdery white face. Like everybody be trying to do it, but everybody can't do it. Um, the actor from the Jacksons and American Dream, what was it? Wiley? I forgot his last name. I thought he had the perfect Michael for TV, for the screen. Rest his soul. Like he's no longer with us, but that's another reason too. I'm like, no one can really do it. So Jafar Jackson is playing Michael Jackson. That's Michael Jackson's nephew. Jafar Jackson to me resembles Michael Jackson, but he does not look like him. If that makes sense. Um, but even still, like he did, and he said that that was his first acting role. Period. So that considering that fact, that's like actually amazing because that's your first acting role, and you I hit my glass. That's your first acting role, and you play a Michael Jackson. Like that's impressive actually. So but so yeah, so that was that. She was a little hesitant there. They were saying that like the story, some people out here were saying that the story, they weren't getting too deep into like his controversies and stuff like that. But they really, I like, here's the thing, I like the way that they had the story flowing. They like marked it for the time period, and it made a lot of sense. I liked it like that. Um, and I think during up until that time, he didn't really have too much controversy, to be honest with you. So, I mean, I don't know what people are expecting so far. So, but back to Jafar Jackson playing his uncle Michael Jackson. So, like I said, Jafar Jackson to me resembles Michael Jackson, but does not look like him. Um, I would say that when it comes to like how they like did everybody up to to embody, like visually embody their characters that they were playing for Jafar. I think it looked like it to me. Honestly, this is not like anything bad about it. This wouldn't be a reason I would say don't go watch it, because this is just like a little like tidbit really. But I felt like they did do Jafar Jackson up a little bit too much on some occasions. Michael Jackson did wear eyeliner, but I thought that he didn't start wearing eyeliner until like when he started to get lighter in his complexion. But they was like lining Jafar up. Like I mean, his he already has like um almost like a smoky eye effect kind of thing. I feel like Jafar Jackson, but when they lined him up, I'm just like they kind of made it look like he was like made up, like he had a beat face for real, like you could tell. So I mean, in some a lot of parts, I was just like, why they put so much makeup on him? I mean, because Michael Jackson wasn't wearing that much makeup in the '80s. You know what I mean? Well, I don't know. I just could be saying something, but neither here nor there. I mean, everything else, like his mannerisms, um, almost like top tier, like just amazing. I wonder how much time he actually spent with his uncle to, um, to mimic some of that stuff. Like, were these things that he was already doing at home? Like, was he already doing the moonwalk at home and dancing, like trying to dance like Michael back then too? I don't know. I wonder that because, like I said, to portray like this Michael Jackson is not easy to do. I mean, I feel like you have to even be a dancer in some form of the fashion to even like do the moves that he did and like have like the same face as he doing. You know what I mean? It's very impressive that he was able to portray that. Like, yeah, I'm impressed. Now, when it comes to the family, Mr. Coleman Domingo, my man. Oh my gosh, he is. First of all, he played the heck out of Joe Jackson. He really did. And I forgot that Joe Jackson had that his eyes were like a little bit like on a had like that grayish like ring or hue, whatever it is. But like, first of all, Coleman Domingo for one is a big. He's tall and he has like he's a fit guy. Like I mean, and so I imagine Joe Jackson was the same. Cause I don't know when I was growing up, I don't I don't even know if I even recall like besides like anyway, I don't know how big Joe Jackson was in real life. But man, if he was that tall, I mean a lot of the Jacksons were tall, if I'm not mistaken. Um like I would be afraid of him too. I don't know, it's just because Joe Jackson did have that look about him that if he's like cussing you out or if he's like spooking you with a bell, threatening you with a bell, I yeah, I don't know, but anyway, Coleman Domingo played the hell out of that role. I mean, he did such a good job. Oh my gosh, I just first of all, Coleman Domingo can do no wrong in my eyes. All right, that's just that. That's just that. Nia Long did pretty well too, as Catherine Jackson. I mean, really, her role. Catherine Jackson was a very soft spoken woman, as it seems. I don't know this stuff, but it seems, and she did just that. Um, I don't think that her portrayal stood out as much as everyone else, just because like it's a very subtle it's a very subtle role to play in the first place. When I'm thinking about like the best portrayal of Catherine Jackson, of course, the first thing that's going to come to mind is Angela Bassett, because that one scene, you know what I mean? I don't want you. I don't want you. Like that. That's what's gonna come to mind because she did that. Okay, she said that. I still say that to this day when I'm just playing in my head, child. You know. But anyway, so the way they did it, with the story, they blocked it off, different time periods, and I think they ended off in 1988. And it was actually when he did that tour with his brothers, and he separated himself from the Jackson Five, and now he was just Michael Jackson. I think right a little bit after that. So it makes sense for the story to continue. To be honest with you, I will most definitely go, and I think they are in talks of like preparing the actual like sequel to that. I'm down for it. I really do hope at that point, because now I don't have to see a lot of the controversy, a lot of negative sides of the controversy. I do think that when we get further into his life, it has to be said basically like the side of things, Michael's side of things. Like so, I want it to be biased to Michael Jackson because like how he beat his case, and they said this on the radio too, like how he beat his cases. just the feeling when all this stuff was happening around. I don't want to see so much of like the um the public's interpretation of it, or like the public's like opinion of it. I want to see what everything that Michael was going through and how he beat it, and just all of that. Like I just really want to see like how Michael felt, whoever he talked to, his diaries, whatever, stuff like that. I really think I like how they're going with it right now. I do hope they keep it up where it's not like um I want them to just keep it focused on Michael. Now, I do think though, because his sister, the only one that was out of his sisters, the only one that was portrayed in this Michael movie was Latoya Jackson. She was in there quite a bit. However, I do recall a lot of interviews I've seen with her and Michael. So I feel like it does make sense that she was around as much as she was shown in the movie. So that makes sense. However, and I think at that time Janet Jackson was like younger. Anyway, Janet was younger. I don't know what's up with the older sister though. Like we didn't even see her. We didn't even really see her that much in the Jacksons movie back in '92. So I don't know what's up with that. But going forward, I do think that it would make sense to see more of Janet, especially when his like career as a solo artist like really took off, because I feel like the two of them were both very much mainstream, and it makes, if she's not in it, it doesn't, I don't know, something feel like it's off. But yeah, so I mean, I'm down for like a sequel to however many parts it needs to be. This I feel like with the Michael, it should be like at least 3 parts. I think he has so much going on. Even with him having his children and stuff like that, I think it needs to be at least 3 parts. But all in all, like I'm so glad that I saw the movie, and I'm glad I saw it in theaters. Because, and I think if you guys haven't seen it yet, just go out and see it, because in theaters, I feel like you get the most of the movie, because when it starts to go to like TV and streaming or whatever, they might take some things out. So this is a good one. This is a good rendition of Michael. Y'all should go see it if y'all haven't already. If you have seen it, just let me know what you guys thought about it. I'm really curious, because nowadays I'm not hearing like mixed reviews. I'm hearing a lot of people say that they liked it. So let me know your take on it. Did you like it? My sister didn't like it. I don't know why. But let me know and follow for more.